Wow. Wow. I am so excited because one, this is the most official I think I've ever looked. I'm not gonna lie. I have a professional microphone now. Having a microphone that even kind of looks like this, you know what I mean? Like, oof. This proper setup, it really allows me to tap so much more into this energy of communication, expression, and really offering what's on my heart. Video is a powerful portal. It's a powerful way to step into the energy of another scope or perspective or what they are wanting to bring through with a concept, and really viewing it as an art form and a way to shift energy. So may this space be a place that inspires, that is a reminder of possibilities in life, of imagination, of the inner power that is found through belief, through mental clarity, through movement, and through having the resources to actually understand our consciousness, to surround ourselves with those that are making insightful messages and spreading them to the masses rather than those who are spreading doubt and confusion and worry and fear, because there's plenty of that in the world. So it's really keeping that circle intact and knowing what you're interacting with on a daily basis. And my prayer and my intention here is to be one of those people who can be a light beacon and a guide and a resource for true connection rather than disruption in this lifetime. YouTube is really interesting to me because, one, it is social media in a sense, but it doesn't have that same energy of being like this long feed where you can get caught in the scroll and start to really lose grip of the current present moment. Sure, you get lost in the browsing hard, but I found with YouTube, it's something that I go to when I'm wanting to be inspired, when I want to learn, or when I have a specific inquiry or question. Other social media platforms, I find I kind of just mindlessly enter them and then I lose touch of the body and I begin to like float into the ether. I love the idea of being here because not only can I be a communication medium and share my art and share inspiration and tools, but I can also do it in a way that feels more guarded and more secure from that inundation of leaving the body among the scroll of a device. My intentions for being back in this space and for actually showing face rather than just uploading audio, formats of meditations is to communicate and be a sacred vessel and to share concepts and inspirations and thoughts and ideas and motivations to keep you moving forward in today's world, the time of hoarding our experiences, of keeping back and withdrawing from what most wants to be expressed, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're not sure how it's going to land on other people, simply because you feel called to do it because it might help an individual. Now is the time. And I know that one of my gifts is communicating, sharing through my voice, encouraging others. And so this is simply a platform for me to do that tenfold. So yeah, just a bit of an update where we've been at. As you see, I took like a break from YouTube, but I wouldn't say I was ever even like in YouTube. I simply saw it as a cool third-party way for me to put everything in one space, I was leading a collective healing circle at the beginning of 2020 where every single week I would gather people on Zoom. It was completely donation-based and lead them through a guided meditation with the goal of connecting within, finding an inner stable ground, a sense of security among the whirlwind energetics of just not having like anything to hold on to, being mentally scrambled, and the people, looking all around for that true north and that one stable center. And ultimately, as we find time and time again, that one center point must be found here. Can't be found in external circumstances. It is a responsiveness, it's a choice point that's made where the soul says, I'm going to lead the way even when I'm not sure what the many steps forward are. I'm going to take one step at a time to move forward and trust in that process among the unknown. So I'm already vibing with this microphone. It's like bringing out a whole like news broadcaster energy. I gather a lot of information on what's going on in the worlds that are coming through in my reality, the different emotional themes, the different mental concepts that are starting to feel dense, to then share them in tools to break through and dissolve and transmute that energy. That's a big part of what my work is. So once again, I really feel like these videos are going to be a powerful way for me to do that. That's just a lot lighter and easier and free form. But until then, I will say that we are going to move along to making a potion together. This is something that is very present in my reality right now because I'm in the second year of leading my Aromatic Alchemy course. It's this experience of making, magic in the mundane, of becoming extrasensory through sensory awareness, through not chasing to leave the body, but finding the ultimate messaging and channeling and presence and purpose in the body's experience, in the reality that you see before you, not needing to shape shift and carve and change so much, but being able to take a breath and sit back and be like, what if everything really did work out? What if this was just another changing, moving part that is not here to stay? That is a big thing that nature teaches us, right? The art of movement and transformation, and of not staying in the same form at all times. Just because you're changing does not mean that something is failing, ending, or not meant for you anymore. Aromatic alchemy is something that merges a way to tune into the senses, and we journey into the sense of smell. This is actually one of those senses that at first you're like, that's literally so random. But smell, many people do not realize, is, if there was like an intangible, magical, mysterious, invisible sense, it would be smell. It is smell. When you actually look anatomically at the airways, when you breathe in, you're going right into this center of the brain, which is called the limbic system. And it is our ancient kind of primal center of the brain. It was one of the first to develop, and it's extremely important, and it holds a lot of authority in well-being. The limbic system is completely in charge of memory, mood, and emotion. So isn't that interesting that the smell is connected to such a powerful experience in the world? True aromatherapy, like a botanical, you are then allowing the chemical compounds with so many healing benefits to truly enter the airways and then float and disperse throughout the entire body, with such an affinity for the nervous system, with such an affinity for deriving a true rest and relaxation response rather than the classic fight or flight. There are so many reasons that I'm going to get into this course of why smell is a wonderful channel and gateway for us to work with when we're exploring consciousness. We live in a world now that is in constant sensory overload. We are looking at one thing and 3 seconds later checking our phone and then remembering that thing we have to do, and then someone else texts us and we can't even remember why we went into our phone because now we're in Instagram. There is a massive dispersion and frenetic energy that many people hold in their energy field and in that auric space. So aromatic alchemy came through for me as a really fun, imaginative, explorative way of how do you take all of that energy and center it again. So enough about that. Clearly, I'm really excited about Aromatic Alchemy. We start on February 20th, and the very last day to enroll in this apprenticeship is February 14th, Cupid's Eros Day. That being said, I was going to make a potion today. I was going to make a mist just as a way to kind of have a quick pick-me-up throughout the day. And I thought it would be really nice to film it and bring you guys along rather than do it on my own. This is something we are definitely going to be learning in class, so I'm not going to get into too much detail on what I'm doing, but just share some of the power of why creating your own botanical blends can really make an influence on your life. Some supplies you are going to need, preferably a glass amber bottle. The amber is going to protect the plant compounds from going rancid and being affected by the sunlight. That's why you see these brown, and they also have this, deep memory of like old medieval times and the old apothecaries. So even just the vision of the amber bottle like gets me going, and I love having them filling my space. Of course, you are more than welcome to use something that you have laying around if that's easier in terms of a mist bottle. And then you are also going to need 1 to 3 or 4 essential oils. I take a lot of pride in the fact that conscious harvesting and sustainable practices is the backbone of everything that I teach about. There are so many ways to support a really powerful company that's rooted in education and always harvest sustainably. 2 companies that I will say I full on support all the time is Mountain Rose Herbs. They are based in Eugene, Oregon, as well as Floricopia, who is based in Grass Valley, California, also where my brother and sister-in-law live. Shout out. So it's kind of like a second home to me. Love supporting them. So you are going to, if you're making a mist, you're going to want to use distilled water, not your classic tap water. You want a really good, clean, distilled water. And go ahead and fill your bottle with that. The incredible thing is you can literally just use this as your magic potion. You could literally stop right here and be good to go. You could put a little crystal in it. You could speak blessings into this water and create an intention. You could speckle a little bit of the incense ash. You know, if you're someone that burns incenses or uses resins in your practice, you can literally put that in here as well as an energetic coating. You could use a flower essence from one of your favorite suppliers. Shout out pilarlesco.com. The biggest thing, my friends, when you are making magical blends and tools for healing support, the biggest thing you can do is believe and encode this bottle with the result you are wanting to generate. My intention is to have something that can clear my energy field and remind me to refocus, recenter. I'm going to call the blend Energy Recall. I wanted to go for something really clearing and uplifting and stimulating, and I was drawn to lemon, eucalyptus, and bergamot. I have already created my own dilution. If you want to learn more about dilutions, you can go ahead and go to my website, laurenkmerrill.com, and I highly recommend, if you're an aromatic lover, getting my entryway to the Aromatic Arts Guidebook. This is a powerful 40-page book that I wrote all about beginning your journey with spiritual aromatics. It has a whole dilution chart, and this is also something that I teach in my Aromatic Alchemy course. So I'm going to go ahead and do my drops here with my water already in the bottle. For something like 2 ounces, I would do no more than 7 to 8 drops starting out. Trying to think if I want clary sage. I do. Clary sage is a powerful plant. It was used a lot in medieval Europe among the wise women, medicine healers, and the first time I smelt it, when I tell you I had a spiritual experience, fam, I was shook. It was honestly like incredible. It's a whole story. Oh. Whoa. This is so good. Whoa. You want to have just a tiny bit of a carrier oil, which is something that is like coconut oil, jojoba, sweet almond, grapeseed, whatever oil you have around, or, you know, even castor oil like I'm using just because it's convenient. It's not going to break me out with just this one drop. It is completely organic, cold pressed, unrefined, and just like a good vibe. So the benefit of using a carrier oil rather than just dropping your essential oils into the bottle is that it creates a medium for those oils and the aromatic molecules to bind to, because essential oils are a water-like substance. So when you just put them in the water, they don't really evenly disperse and it doesn't create a nice balanced blend. You shake it every time before your use and you know that this actual oil substance is then going to evenly distribute the molecules when they mist out. So this is why we used a small dilution, because I am using citrus oils, which are very concentrated and can be very stimulating for the skin. Adding that castor oil and using the small dilution amount creates a really safe, balanced, gentle blend, which is why you need to be educated before you do anything with this medicine. It's so important to honor and be in gratitude for Mother Nature's gifts and for the many plants that went into creating this blend, and it is not something to be taken lightly by any means. So I'm going to share one of my favorite prayers with you that I like to seal my potion blends with. So you're welcome to use this in your own practice and creativity as well. Sacred earth, blossoms of light, blended bottle, sealed and bright. Join me and teach me, set me free. I am open to the miracles awaiting me. Renew my heart, renew my soul. Release all that has taken its toll. Below and above, sky and ground, I am one with source, nature's magic abound. I love aroma. It's so beautiful, it's so powerful. Whoa, notice how my voice, see, complete energy change. If you're someone who wants to work deeper and really apprentice into the worlds of earth magic, aromatic medicine, and intuitive extrasensory exploration, then I highly recommend checking out this course over the next week while it is still live and enrolling. All of that info with this live course can be found in the description box. Thank you so much for joining me in this first video. Many more to come. May they all be this fun and exciting and natural for me to film, because I think anyone can agree that like just hanging with the screen can feel a bit obscure, but luckily I love talking and I have my microphone now, so it's a vibe. Many blessings to you guys and happy February.